to Stories with Dice. This is Star Trek Magellan, a Star Trek Adventures 2nd Edition actual play podcast. If you're enjoying our actual plays, please subscribe to Stories with Dice so you'll never miss an episode. Don't forget to rate and review us. It really helps others discover the podcast. Follow us on social media to stay updated. You'll find the relevant links in the description of each episode. It is the early 22nd century, 4 years after the founding of the United Federation of Planets, 5 years since the end of the Earth-Romulan War. Starfleet has renewed their mission of peaceful exploration. But something has gone terribly wrong at Cradle Station, a research outpost on the edge of Federation space. The crew is dead, its lead scientist missing. The USS Magellan's mission? Unravel the mystery of Cradle Station and boldly go where no one has gone before. Hey, welcome back, everyone. We've just been sort of discussing offline the dire straits of our crew here. The Magellan is kind of screwed. It's a scale 3 ship. She's got 3 breaches. Engines are gone, destroyed, essentially. And they're in the neutral zone. They've been spatially displaced. They appeared in the neutral zone in a debris field. They've just struck a mine that caused that 3rd breach at the end of the last episode. And then a Romulan vessel threatened them. So we're jumping back in where we left off. Ed, since the doctor's in sickbay, feel free to pick a supporting character from the bridge crew if you want.
Now, I've played Sarah Holtz before, so I'm happy to take over the helmsman.
Okay, perfect. So if you go to page 144 in the core rulebook. Nope, I'm sorry, page 146. So whenever a supporting character is introduced to an adventure, and this is not the first time they've been introduced, so Sarah Holtz counts, they receive an improvement, so you can decide what that improvement is, and they list them there. You can give them a value, you can give them a talent, give them a focus, change their attributes, so you can think about that. Okay, let's get started. The USS Magellan hangs wounded in the dark. A proximity mine has just detonated off the starboard bow. All around, shattered hulls, scorched plating, and radiation-scarred debris from Earth and Romulan ships turn slowly in space. On the bridge of the Magellan, emergency lighting flickers as the crew attempts to assess the damage. Then a new contact appears on sensors, a Romulan warship, holding just beyond the neutral zone, motionless on their side of the border. The comm crackles to life. Unidentified Earth vessel, you are in breach of treaty. Withdraw immediately or be fired upon.
All stations, what is our condition?
Captain Helm's non-responsive.
Lieutenant Rhodes, you might want to tell the captain your ship is dead in the water.
I would, but I'm stuck in sickbay.
Oh, that's right, you're stuck in sickbay. I guess you're playing Matt Denner, the supporting character engineer.
Whatever just happened just knocked out all the reactor controls. We're dead in the water, Captain.
Communications officer, can you give me a report on this ship?
Yamamoto responds by saying, shields are down, Captain. Engines are offline. We're on emergency backup power. Weapons are available, but we can't move.
Okay, so open channel to the Romulan ship.
Hailing frequencies open, sir.
Here, USS Magellan, your mine has knocked out all our systems. We have no impulse. We will leave as soon as possible, but we need repairs.
Okay, so Tony, roll for me reason and command, and you're going to need 2 successes or more.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if I'm going to use my talent board. Because, I have command, so I can buy threat, and if I do this, then I might be able to reroll a single D20.
Oh, it's bold. As long as it has to do with the command attribute, you can use that.
Exactly, that's why.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give you a threat, I guess.
Okay.
Which gives me an extra die. So I increase my number of die in the pool to 3, and then I can reroll one of them.
Okay, yeah, you have 2 successes.
Well, wait, I'm going to try to see if I can get momentum, so I'm going to reroll 1.
Okay.
There we go. 3 successes.
Okay, so you now have momentum. Nicely done. There's dead air for a moment, and then the Romulan commander responds, and he says, USS Magellan, I repeat, you are in violation of treaty. It's unclear how you arrived in the neutral zone, and what your business in the neutral zone may be. But we have scanned your ship and verified your claim. We give you 20 minutes to vacate the zone or be destroyed. And then he ends the communication.
We need to get we need to get the chief engineers working, so we'll just basically go sick bay, and you guys will be hit by a mine, and we are totally dead in the water. I need this ship, this impulse, in less than 20 minutes. Do what you can.
Roger that, Captain. On my way.
What resources you need?
Dr. Travis, are you going to make any protest to this?
No, Dr. Travis is he realizes that there's nothing more that I can do. So yeah, I'm just gonna let him go.
On my way out, I'll gesture to Pog and be like, "You're with me. Come on." Captain says all resources, and I need every man. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Sorry, Doc. And Pog just follows you out the door. So, Dr. Travis, Dr. Corby sees Pog leave, and then he goes, "May I be dismissed as well?"
No, you just stay right there.
So, Mr. Rose, you're headed to engineering. Is there anything that Mr. Maris you want to do on the bridge at your science station before we go to engineering? So you can run like a sensor sweep of the debris field.
I'll probably do that.
Okay.
We need to find a way out, or the mines.
Yeah. So it's a reason and science task for the sensor sweep, and
difficulty because we haven't repaired some complications yet.
Right. So it's assisted by the ship's sensors in science, and the difficulty is 2.
I don't use any kind of focus, do I?
Yeah, I think you do.
Okay.
Let me pull up your character sheet.
Yeah.
You've got sensor operations?
Yeah, I think he does.
Yes, yeah, I do. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Yep, that makes sense. Douglas, you want to roll for the ship's sensors in science?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, here we go.
Nice. 3 successes.
High resolution sensors, what do those do? That is bonus momentum on a success. It's always as if it's a focus. Some dice. Go.
No successes from the Magellan. Okay, so you have 1 momentum from that roll, Mr. Maris, and there's an additional momentum that your captain generated, so that at the moment you have 2 momentum. Now, your sensors have identified in the debris field remnants of United Earth NX-class starships, along with some Romulan vessels from the Earth-Romulan War. The explosion was from a Romulan proximity mine, nuclear in yield, and that the entire debris field is mined, likely deployed after the battle to deter salvage operations, which was a tactic of the Romulans during the war. Now, you can spend momentum to obtain information. So you can spend 1 momentum, you can ask me a question, and then I'll have to answer that question truthfully.
I'm thinking it might be interesting to find out how close we are to any other proximity bombs.
You're not near one right now, and radiation interference is too heavy to map a safe course, but you've detected at least 100 mines.
There were no immediate danger at the moment, so as long as the drift doesn't take us too far off, we should be okay for the time being.
Correct. Mr. Rhodes, we're going to switch to the engine room. We're going to lose this momentum. Unless there was another question Carmelo wanted to ask.
Yeah. Is everybody okay with me spending 1 more? Because I do have a question.
We're going to lose it anyway, so...
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Do we have any indication of how close the quantum fissure is to us? Or are we in any proximity to any sort of quantum entanglements?
So the fissure is not you're spatially displaced, so you're quantum locked with the other Magellan. So every time one of you moves, the other moves. You're sort of switching places. But the fissure itself is not here. It's not in this vicinity.
Okay, thank you. That's it.
Okay. Mr. Rhodes, you and the alternate POG have just reached main engineering. Your team is frantically trying to get things under control. What do you do?
I guess I'm just going to get stuck in there and try and repair the thrusters to get us moving again.
Okay.
So at least we can limp out.
Okay, so you want to fix that thruster damage?
I will do the damage control on it. I don't think fixing will take longer than we probably got. So, unfortunately, I believe this is a damage control task, is it?
Yes, I believe it is.
So, that is a daring engineer, which is normally a difficulty of 2, but will increase by 1 for each additional breach to the same system. That is now a difficulty 4 task. This is why I was like, yeah, Carmilla, go spend your momentum, because I have to succeed on a difficulty 4 daring task. Do I have anything that will help me out in this situation? I have my team. I don't think that's an opportunity cost. Okay. The chief engineer, when attempting a task to perform repairs to a ship or attempt, you may spend 1 momentum immediate to reroll a d20. That's what that would let me do. And I think rugged design's going to help.
Yes, that's correct.
Whenever a task is rolled to attempt to patch or repair a breach, very relevant, a d20 may be re-rolled. Okay, so I get to re-roll a d20. Furthermore, if the task is successful, the crew may spend momentum to patch a second breach. Each will cost 2 momentum. I doubt we're going to get each amount of momentum, if barely passing.
Well, I imagine you can give me thread in place of momentum, right?
Probably, yeah. Okay, so I've got jury rigging as a focus, so that's probably very relevant right now.
Yes.
So use that difficulty 4, which is 1 less than the highest possible difficulty.
You can do it. We trust you.
Determination. I do not have any determination. So, because I have not done anything to regain any determination yet. So, 4 successes. Let's go. That's a 20.
Wow, okay.
That's 4 successes and a complication. So, we made it, but there's a complication. I think we might have fused something down here. Where it's going to conk out by the time we make it back to the Federation site.
And handily, I picked for Sarah Holtz's new talent, Push the Limits, which means I can reduce the difficulty for environmental talents and traits, that kind of stuff. So that might help. So
okay, so
take it.
This is your complication. So as you've been working on repairing the thrusters, and it's taken you a bit of time to do it, a couple of the feed lines have been severed in some of the damaged sections, giving helm control difficulties in maintaining pitch, roll, or yaw. So essentially, any sort of helm task is now going to have an additional difficulty.
Which is not, because I'm going to use my talent if I need to use it.
Well, fuck you.
Ha ha! In your face!
Well, I guess when I repaired that, I'll just message the helm and be like, that should be thrusters back and give it a go.
Okay. So, up on the bridge,
Thank you, Mr. Rhodes.
Sarah Holtz, our helm extraordinaire.
Captain, I've got some semblance of control, sort of. She sort of like throws her fingers over the con controls to try and stabilize from the spin and not being able to sort of like move the direction she wants to move. No, did you just throw up a map?
I just
That's not ideal.
Go on ahead to navigate the maze. Don't hit anything or we all die instantly.
Thread the needle instead of as a talent.
So it's a minor action for you to move the ship. You can move the ship. So each hex is a zone.
So I can move 2 zones, right?
You can move up to 2 zones, but you have to spend momentum or add to threat to do it. And if you don't have any momentum and you don't want to add to threat, you can use a maneuver action to generate momentum. So that's a control and con task. Assisted by the ship's... Oh, wait, no, it's not assisted by the ship's engines, right?
We are still breaches equal to or greater than half the ship's scale. So, yes, it's not assisting anymore.
That's all right.
That's correct. So it's just a control and con task. The difficulty is going to be... Well, the difficulty is technically 0, but it's going to be a 1 because of that complication that Douglas rolled. But you said you have a talent or something?
Yeah, the talent is called Pushing the Limits. When you attempt a con task that is increased in difficulty due to an environmental condition or damage to the engines, you may add 1 threat to ignore this difficulty. So I give you threat for it. So that means I can ignore it.
Okay,
as
cool.
the extra bonus. So
I take the threat and I thank you.
Anytime, sir. Anytime.
So if you move the map a little bit to your left, you'll see I've written a line here that shows where the border with Romulan space begins. And here's your Romulan ship right over here. Just to sort of give you an idea of where you are.
Captain, away from the neutral zone?
Yes. Do your best. Is there any way that I can help you out? I can help with sensors.
If you want to have an assist on this, we can have Lieutenant Commander Maris roll an assist die. So that would be 1 die from him, as his sensors are like, you're linking up his sensors to the helm to like,
Okay.
hard about, there's a mine right over there, that sort of thing.
Sure. Okay. Why not? We'll go with that then. I'm always happy to help Tal
Better
work.
than exploding, right?
No.
No? The episode is over, guys. Good night. So 1 die from you, Mr. Maris. That would be reason and science.
I roll control and con for me. What do you want my complication range to be?
Your complication
0?
range is 3.
Ouch. I'm going to use my focus of helm operations.
Yep, that works.
Okay. 2 dice. Here we go.
That's an 18 and a 20 for anyone listening.
It wants me to aim at the mines, right? Aim at them. That's what you wanted.
So, Mr. Maris, give us your 1 die. Let's see what else we get here.
All right, let's see what this does.
We weren't joking about the end of the episode, right?
It's fine. There's another entire Magellan, and we could just go play as them.
This is true.
This is true.
Okay.
Except my
That's
guy's
terrible.
dead.
You have 2 complications and you have 1 momentum.
What's the target difficulty?
The difficulty was 0.
We could have just succeeded. We didn't have to roll on that one.
I thought
You did have to roll to get the momentum to be able to move.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, why did we roll?
You're moving the ship, and Maris shouts out, hard about! Hard about! So you are now going to make an evasive action, so give me a daring and con task.
Daring and con. That's my better of the 2. Okay.
This is assisted by the ship's structure and con, so I believe, since that doesn't imply the engine, so Douglas, you can roll that one.
It's not the engines, but if anything happens, we'll be getting that structural thing back.
Difficulty is 3.
I'm going to...
You have 1 momentum. Oh, no, actually, that momentum is being spent by moving, so you have no momentum.
That's fine. No momentum. I'm going to use my focus of, I guess, combat maneuvers. I've also got flight control systems and helm, so any of the above.
Your difficulty is 3, yep. Complication range is normal.
Oh,
Yes, range is normal.
except for the ship, which is 18 to 20.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
right. Yep.
Fortunately.
Oh my god, that's another complication. That's another 20. I mean...
Okay, off we go, ship. Is that something? No, that's absolutely nothing.
No, nothing.
All
nothing,
right.
nothing, and nothing.
So
I mean, right, okay.
So let's
This has all
move
gone horrendously wrong.
Let's just say you've moved the ship this way and you've struck another mine.
Like literally, my guy. There's no way we can survive this. Like, if we're taking the damage,
We'll be fine. We'll be fine. We'll be fine.
because the structural breach will come back, or the engine breach will come back, and then we get one more, and then we just die. No, we won't. We'll be dead, completely dead in the water. Oh yeah, we might survive. Hooray!
I don't know if there's a dice being rolled. That's never good.
Well,
Was that the structure?
No, that was the engines.
No.
So there's another breach in the engines.
And it goes
Plus
down
the original
again.
one comes back. 4 breaches.
So now
all
you have-
systems are down.
So now you are critically damaged. The ship is literally dead in the water.
Band ship.
Like, life support's about the only thing working now.
On the plus side, we're now drifting away from the neutral zone.
You are drifting away from the neutral zone. That is correct. What are you going to do? About 10 minutes have transpired in your 20-minute clock down.
Taking all the sort of like emergency alarms are going off and everything's gone horribly wrong.
Exactly, yes. The whole ship has been shaken. There's sparks are flying off of consoles. There's smoke everywhere. People are falling out of their chairs.
How about the automatic distress beacon? Maybe one of the stations will pick it up along the neutral zone border.
So, Captain, do you want the communications officer to send out the emergency distress beacon?
Yes.
Okay.
I think someone has to probably go down there and push it out. It's all the systems are down. Someone will just literally have to open the airlock, put it in, and be like, beep. But no one's going to come get us either.
So Yamamoto has informed you, Captain, that she's launched the the disaster beacon toward Federation space. And she's monitoring its progress. And she tells you that it's just passed by an anomalous buoy that is registering a Federation signature. And she reroutes that data to the science station. And Lieutenant Commander Maris, you can definitely confirm that the buoy is registering as a Federation buoy. And not only that, but it's from the Magellan.
Oh, God.
And its quantum signature is out of phase with your own.
It's our doppelgangers. Yes, Captain, we have unintentionally made contact with our doppelgangers in the alternate reality. As these are automatic distress beacons, I'm not sure if there's any way the communication systems could maybe tap in and use these systems rerouting through the beacon to speak to the other Magellan. I don't know if that's a possibility. We'll have to ask the communication station.
Yeah, so Yamamoto says, Lieutenant Commander, that is a brilliant idea. And she just starts doing as you suggest. And the buoy responds with a subspace ping, resonating on the same entangled frequency as your own ship. And then it starts broadcasting a message. And you hear it over the comms. This is Commodore Travis, commanding the USS Magellan. I don't have much time. Starbase 12 is gone. Rigel, Andoria, Vulcan all fell within days after Dr. Corby disturbed a hibernating cluster of an unknown alien species. The Saurians call them the Ancient Ones, but they don't know how to stop them any more than we do. If you are receiving this, we attempted to collapse the fissure using a quantum feedback pulse from our main deflector dish. We failed. The amplitude was insufficient. We were pulled into the anomaly. Our ship is now entangled with yours. Both vessels are experiencing intermittent spatial displacement. We have imprinted a multi-vector harmonic resonance in this buoy's navigational data stream. It may fluctuate with displacement, but with any luck, it should be traceable.
We could figure out their location.
We first need to be able to move.
If we could get hold of some sort of impulse manifold, we might be able to just straight replace it out. But we haven't got that spare in stores.
Can you find it with your sensors?
Scanners still work.
Technically, no. Technically, nothing works at all.
Yeah, I guess that answers
No
your
further
question.
actions can be taken if a ship has taken critical damage.
Sorry, Captain. There we have it.
Communication shouldn't be working, but I might be able to do something with the emergency power. If you give me a minute, can I maybe make a task, Marco, to just redirect the last of the emergency power to get the sensors running?
Sure.
If it means we're going to cut back on the actual life support.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take that as a complication, maybe. As in, from multiple hours, we're down to 1 hour. Right. Do you want to give me some sort of difficulty or something on doing that?
So you're rerouting power.
Yeah, the emergency power. So literally, life support's probably going offline, and we'll be just using whatever oxygen is left in the rooms. That's the only way I can think of. I don't think I've got enough time to repair thing.
You can reroute power as long as you have reserve power. It's on page 303.
Okay, right. I assume, is the captain happy enough for me to redirect life support and the last of the reserve power?
Tony is having audio issues, so I'll speak for him.
I believe he is.
So then, how much life support will you have left before you run out of air? So that'll be your complication, right?
Yeah, we're down from maybe days to hours, maybe.
Yeah, so let's say less than 24 hours.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
You've got 132 people aboard. They're all going to use up that oxygen pretty quickly.
Cool. Okay, so I don't need to roll for that. Or do I have to roll?
No, you don't have to roll for that.
Okay. So I will do that so everything gets a bit darker.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so the lights dim, really everything gets darker, all the vents stop flowing air. It starts to get hot, stuffy pretty quickly. And yeah, so I imagine, Mr. Rhodes, you call up to the science station, tell him he's got his sensors back.
Yep. See if that does anything. But you won't have them for long. Absolutely burning through the reserve.
Okay, and because I couldn't hear Tony, what are we scanning for?
an impulse, a spare impulse manifold.
Yep, that's a sensor suite. Reason and science.
Reason and science.
Any sort of like Earthship would be useful. An NXS, excellent.
Douglas, you want to roll for the ship? Sensors and science?
I can't.
That's
No,
right.
sensors are technically.
Yeah.
Are the sensors back, are we saying? Technically? Or are we just
they're
allowing
They're
them?
back momentarily.
Okay,
So
then
I'll allow it. I'll allow it.
fine. Okay.
Okay, so I'll go. I'll start.
Yep.
Here we go.
3 successes. 4 successes.
That's how you do it.
Finally.
Excellent. Some good news for a change.
Now we just have to survive long enough to get it.
You now have 3 momentum. So, as a matter of fact, there is an impulse manifold nearby. On top of that, your sensors are detecting a spatial displacement within the debris field. And you punch it up on your screen. A vessel appears, drifting among the wreckage. A Columbia-class vessel. Its hull remarkably intact. Twisted sections of debris are drifting clear of the saucer section. And the name and registry comes into view. It's the USS Magellan, NCC 020. You have 3 momentum. Would you like to ask me some questions, Mr. Maris?
Yes. Assuming they're in the same situation we're in, can we...
You also know that the ship is entirely without power. And that residual antimatter radiation indicates a matter-antimatter implosion, though the radioactive decay is irregular.
Okay, so it could blow at any moment.
No, there's already been some sort of
There's been a blow.
matter-antimatter implosion. Not an explosion, an implosion.
Implosion, right. Maybe they use that to get into our universe.
You have 3 momentum. And isn't there a bonus momentum, Douglas, because of the high-yield sensors?
Yes, if it succeeded on its roll, and I believe it did.
It did, yes. Okay, so you have 4
That's one
momentum.
bonus momentum.
Okay. So would it be prudent to ask then if the implosion is what pushed the other Magellan into our reality?
Yes. But there are signs of potential temporal displacement.
Okay, I'll ask you another question. Is there signs of temporal displacement then that are still around the ship? Are they stable in our reality, or can they phase out?
The ship is stable.
So I think my recommendation to the captain would be to see if we can pull out some EVA suits and make a jump over to the ship.
You know that the ship is intact? Is there any life forms? Who's the crew of the other USS Magellan?
In terms of life signs, I'd probably have to roll for that, wouldn't I, Marco?
No, you can just ask me and spend momentum.
Okay. All right, I'll ask. Okay, are there life signs aboard, Marco?
There are no life forms aboard other than 3. Classification unknown. And sensor contact is intermittent. One moment they appear on your instruments, and the next there are no life signs at all.
Okay. Well, we don't know if those creatures, Captain, are human or not. They could be the other beings that had been woken. They could be 3 members of the crew. But what we could do is take the risk to try and cannibalize that ship.
What is the quantum signature of this one? This is not our own reality, right? This is not a duplicate of ours. This is a third ship. It's the ship that we saw before.
No, this is that ship. The
Okay.
quantum harmonic resonance matches. Yeah.
And then, even though their manifold might be from a different reality, it's still possible we might be able to use it, even though it has a different quantum signature.
Ignore the mystery. Please, I need the ship to work. I haven't slept in 3 days.
Lieutenant Rhodes, I need you to get the closest source of the manifold, but I would like to send one security crew to check the other USS Magellan to see what's left. And if we can get the logs of the ship, that would be useful for us.
Okay, so are transporters are offline.
Shuttle, we use a shuttle.
Use a shuttle.
Yeah.
We'll have to manually crank open the shutter things.
Yep, and then fly it through a minefield, no problem. Sounds like a job for Holt. She's been rolling really well this evening.
That sounds like a job for our doctor. He likes to fly things.
That's never a good sign when the ship's doctor is the better helmsman than the helmsman.
Yes, but
Helmsman has been steered into a mine twice.
you're rolling for both of them, so I'm not sure how lucky either of you are going to be.
Who knows? I mean, it's terrible.
It's like you did this on purpose to make my life more difficult.
No, I'm afraid I can't control Foundry, sorry. Sarah Holt will, though, happily take a ship across if you are happy with that, Captain.
Still goes for the security crew as well.
Yes, Captain.
When I go where we can, what information we can obtain happen to them, whether can help us to close the fissure and the quantum entanglement that we are in. Perhaps Lieutenant Commander Maris, you should go with the security team to see what we can get.
I was just going to ask if I could.
So we have Ed playing Sarah Holtz. We have Lieutenant Commander Maris.
The security team.
And a security team. Are we bringing over an engineer? Are we bringing over Rhodes or Denner?
Rhodes is going to get the manifold nearby to install it.
Yeah, that'll get our ship moving.
Yeah, and I would say Captain will stay with Demer just in case something happens and we need to have an emergency patching.
Okay.
I think I will stay with the ship with Demer in case anything happens, and you other guys can have fun.
So what exactly is the objective of going over to the other ship? Is it just to find out what's happening?
Yeah, and get any logs or any information to get us out of this quantum entanglement.
Okay, so an engineer might not necessarily be in.
Okay. Sarah Holtz,
Yes.
why don't you make me a control and con task, please? This will be assisted by the shuttle pod's engines and con.
Okay, will do. What am I trying to do?
And Douglas, can you roll for the shuttle pod? We're using the Elcano.
The one that isn't still podge together.
Yep. What are you trying to do? You're trying to get from the Magellan to the other Magellan.
Cool. Okay, right. Complication range, just one's normal.
No, the complication range is going to be 3 in the minefield. The difficulty is 2. I'm going to be nice to you.
I will give you a point of threat, and I will reduce that by 1.
Okay.
My helmsman thing? Okay, let's do that then. Good old 2 dice, here we go. Oh, for the love of... I mean, why?
Highs and lows.
Why does this do... I got 2 successes, but with a complication.
Complication, yep, that's correct.
Oh, for crying out loud. So that's 2 20s and a 2.
So you have 2 successes and 2 complications. 2 successes and 2 complications.
The away team might not be coming back from the other Magellan.
Let's see what the complication is going to be.
What's that? Fly to more mines, you say?
What's that? The Romulans are coming for us now. They got bored. They're like, stop it.
20
Now there's
minutes is
another
up.
ship coming into the neutral zone.
Yeah, okay, so...
No, I should stop saying things.
You should. So, don't worry, I'm not going to be cruel and say you struck a mine. That would be really bad for you in a shuttle pod. What are the shields on a shuttle pod, by the way? I should...
They don't exist.
They don't exist, do they?
I think
they have... The shields are 4. All right, so hold on a minute here. The shields are 4, well then.
Yeah, I think it's what's called polarized hulls or whatever.
You hit a mine, it knocks your shields out. That's your first complication.
Right.
So your shields are... Oh, and you have a resistance of 1. Okay, so it doesn't totally knock your shields out, but your shields are down to 1 point, from 4 to 1.
Okay.
Ed, roll a d20 for me.
Well, that's just going to be fun. An 11. A nice and average 11.
Okay. The shuttle has lost reserve power. So you've been hit by this mine. The shields are almost gone. And then for the second complication, I'm going to make you roll for the docking procedure. Because the ship has been shaken, you struck a mine, and maybe the docking port's a little banged up. So it's going to be a little difficult for you to dock. You're not going in to the shuttle bay itself because the doors are closed, so you're going to dock with one of the airlocks.
Okay.
So give me a...
Maneuver? Control and con?
Roll and con, yep.
Okay. You know how great I've been doing with this already.
You can use daring if you want, if that's a better attribute for you.
It is. Yeah, okay. Let's try this. Right, so complication range, sir?
I'm going to say the complication range is normal.
Okay, and I've got some momentum, haven't I? So I'm going to use 1 of the momentum to give myself an extra dice.
Douglas, can you roll for the computers plus con, please? For the
Computers
shuttle.
and con.
I've got 4 successes.
Wonderful.
Like a glove.
And that is a failure, I think.
Okay, so you have generated 2 momentum, so now you're about 3 momentum. this alternate Magellan is like drifting end dome for end. So you had to sort of match its movement and pitch to dock with the airlock. So you've docked with the Magellan. You enter the ship. It's got life support is functioning, so you don't need to wear EV suits or any of that. What do you do? Where do you go?
I look to Lieutenant Commander Maris.
Is he of higher rank than you?
He is a Lieutenant Commander, and I am a Lieutenant. Sir.
Holtz, I'd like you to take some members of the team down to engineering and take a look at what the situation is down there. I'm going to take the rest up to the bridge.
Yes, will do.
Okay. Stay in communication.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we're going to lose one momentum. Let's stay with Holtz for a moment. Holtz, are you taking a security officer with you?
I'll take. We'll halve, I guess, the team.
Okay.
So if that's just one security officer, then that's one
Yep.
security officer.
No problem.
Yep. I'll make my way down to engineering.
Yep. So you get in the turbo lift, you go down to the engineering deck, and
Bearing in mind that there was an implosion, so I'll be very, very careful about where I'm going.
the ship is eerie, quiet. There's no one around. No sign of what might have happened to the crew. There's no interior damage to suggest that they were fighting with anyone, that anyone might have, boarded the ship or anything of that nature. You get down to engineering, you get into the main engineering room. At first glance on the systems, their main power circuits are out, so those would have to be restored to restore main power. So the vessel is operating on emergency power.
It's already one up from ours.
It's one up from yours, yep. The warp engines are fine, but they are dead cold, so they've been deactivated. So It will take at least 30 minutes to restart the warp engines. If time is of the essence, you could attempt a cold restart. You would reinitialize a deactivated warp engine by manually combining the matter and the antimatter instead of powering the engines first and then activating the matter-antimatter mix with the proper intermix formula that the computer would tell you. So that's what you're looking at. You're looking at a cold engine that needs to be rebooted, essentially, and repairing some power circuits to get main power back online. And then you would have to restore the shields. Other than that, the vessel is there appears to be no structural damage, no major structural damage, no breaches of any kind that you've seen, nothing in the engineer's logs that suggests anything of that nature.
Okay. I have a passing familiarization with engineering as part of my degree, so I will get to start with the easier options to start with and not looking at a cold reboot, just looking at a regular reboot and go through the process methodically rather than in a rush.
Okay, well, the first thing you're going to have to do is get the main power back online. So the engineering stores have power circuits so that they can swap out broken ones. So if you want to take your time doing that, that's control and engineering. If you want to be quick about it, it's daring and engineering. And your difficulty is 2, and you have 2 momentum.
Weirdly, my daring is better, but...
Well, you're a pilot. Of course it would be better.
Yeah. Do you know, I'm going to go with... Yeah, I'm going to just go with control. I think that makes more sense. I don't have any focuses or anything like that to help me with it. So, I guess it's just a straightforward roll. Complication range, just regular?
Regular.
Let's see what happens.
You're going to buy dice? Oh, you're not buying dice. Okay, that's okay.
I was thinking about it, but then I got 2 successes, so...
All right, excellent.
I shall not spend any momentum.
All right, yeah, so you swap out that power circuit, and you get main power back online. And then we're going to switch for just a moment to the bridge. So we're going to lose momentum here. So Lieutenant Commander Maris, you've reached the bridge. You haven't seen a soul aboard ship. And also you haven't seen any evidence of those intermittent life sign readings that your sensors picked up. As soon as you get to the bridge, you see that main power has come back up. So you're assuming that Lieutenant Holtz is down in engineering doing a damn good job. And as soon as the power comes back online, the ship's chronometer flares to life, and it registers a date roughly 3 months ahead of your current time.
Okay. Well, first thing I need to do is I'm gonna call down to Holtz just to get a very quick assessment of what's going on down there. Maris to Holtz.
Yes, sir.
Well done on establishing power. What's the situation down there? What are we looking at?
Well, the main engines are cool. It's going to take time to reboot the main.
Take your time.
I intend to. I'm no Steve Rhodes, I'm afraid, but I'll do the best I can with what I've got. Yeah, it's a matter of time.
Okay, my intention is to try and get this ship moving towards our Magellan as soon as we're able to.
Yes, sir. Well, if you give me a few hours, I'm sure I can get this sorted. It's going to take a while, though.
Okay, well,
I'm sorry, sir.
can we have weapons back online? Is that online?
I'm just trying to just boot up the main relays, so
Yeah, I'm just worried
I
about the
don't think we have
Romulans.
any of that at the moment.
Okay, I'm just worried about the Romulans. See if you can try and also make weapons a priority.
Now that you've got main power up, the ship is armed. You just need to restore the shields, and you need to get the warp drive initiated, which will either take you 30 minutes if you want to do it the proper way, or you can do it the improper way and potentially blow up.
No.
Let's do it the proper way with an eye on the neutral zone and our weapons ready.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So on the bridge, we are now 3 months ahead of where we currently are standing in our time.
Right. So in other words, this ship comes from 3 months in the future.
So not only are they from a different reality, but they're from a different time in that reality.
Correct. Some Doctor Who shenanigans.
Shenanigans.
Timey-wimey.
Right, okay. So let's see if I can try and establish contact with our Magellan. Captain, this is Maris on the Magellan. Much to our surprise, this ship is pretty much intact. The engines are in good working shape. We're rebooting the engines up. It'll take 30 minutes. We've got full weapons capability, and we're just trying to keep an eye out on the Romulans while we get the ship ready to move towards you.
If I should correctly, we could really use that ship and exchange with ours. I'm still a little bit afraid of, the ship disappearing or jumping ahead.
This was a little concern of mine. I'm not sure at this moment, anyway, if the ship will phase in and out and leave this reality. At the moment, it is a good bet, at least, to get us to the other side of the neutral zone and to a star base.
Could we use that ship to even tow our ship?
We could tow our ship with us. I'm sure we still have the tractor beam.
So let's get that done. Bring it over. Do you need any extra resources to do so?
We don't need any extra resources over here. If there's any extraneous parts, spare parts, we'll try and send them over to you.
Sounds good.
Maris out.
What would you like to do on the bridge, Mr. Maris?
I'd like to run a sensor sweep of the ship and its vicinity, looking for temporal fissures.
Temporal fissures, okay.
Yeah, or quantum entanglements, quantum fissures as well.
Yeah, you're not registering any quantum fissures on the ship at all.
Excellent, okay. But temporal ones would be interesting, just to see if we can find them.
Yeah, none of those as well.
None of those as well. Okay, fantastic. Sweep for Romulans.
Well, there's that Romulan ship that's hanging off the neutral zone, their side of the border. There are no other Romulan vessels, but you have now noticed that they are arming their weapons.
Okay, who do I have with me? Which person was with me?
You have so you brought a security detail with you, so we can say that you...
Styles?
Yeah, we could say it's Styles.
Okay. Okay, so we notice they're arming weapons. Okay, so Styles, I want you to man the weapons console and raise the shields.
You want to run Styles, Douglas?
Okay. I will go to the security station and have a look and see if it looks the same as my one.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
Then I know exactly what to do.
Get those shields up.
Yeah, you're going to need help from engineering to get those shields up. But yes, let's go to engineering. So,
Okay.
Holtz, you're in engineering. Styles up on the bridge has just contacted you. They need shields up. The Romulans are making an aggressive move, essentially.
Okay, sure. Right. Let's start looking around for the right stuff. What would you like me to roll?
Restoring shields, it requires reserve power. So first you have to get the reserve power back up. So that's control and engineering. Difficulty is 1.
Okay, let's do that then. Still got the 1 momentum, or is that gone now? Because we've changed scene.
It's gone.
Okay, cool. Okay, let's give it a go. Come on.
There we go.
What on earth? That's another
had a good
20
run,
out of
Ed.
18. The one roll?
You had a very, very good run. Okay. This is what I'm going to do with that.
One roll without complications.
This is so no successes and a complication. This is what I'm going to do. The lights flicker as the reserve power relays blow. And there's this unsettling sound of insects chittering in main engineering. And then you see them coming through from the corridor, these insectoids. They're nearly 10 meters tall, but somehow compressed and contorted to squeeze through the ship's narrow passageways. Their limbs are folding and twisting in unnatural ways, and their joints are bending impossibly with loud cracks as their massive bodies morph fluidly to fit where they shouldn't. Their elongated, angular heads mirror the skulls found in Specimen 3 at Cradle Station. The same towering shape etched in the complete ancient skeleton that was uncovered on Corella 4. And the air itself ripples like the surface of a pond disturbed by a tossed stone, as if the very fabric of reality is bending around them. I'm going to ask you to make me a control and security task. Your difficulty is 3.
This is going to be the alien moment where the people on the bridge get the message from the engineer where it's like, oh God, they're coming.
That sounds about right. Okay. 1 success.
Failed. You needed 3 successes. Jeez. You are paralyzed in terror, so profound it defies comprehension, leaving you unable to grasp what's happening right before your very eyes.
I go to scream, but I can't even do that.
Okay, so the security officer who's with you, he calls up to the bridge. Lieutenant Commander, and he just starts screaming, and you've never heard this guy. He's like, Blank is a hard-nosed, no-nonsense security officer. You've never heard him lose his cool before. And at that moment, while you're on the bridge taking the call, Security Officer Stiles reports that the Romulans have opened fire on the Magellan. On the main viewer, you see it. Your critically damaged ship, with your captain still aboard, under attack.